dressed in holiday style. In the air, there's a feeling of Christmas. That's it.
Hey, welcome back to our stupid reactions, you idiots. I'm Corbin.
I'm Rick.
And you could follow us on
Instagram and Twitter.
For more juicy content.
There is juicy content over there.
And we're doing a quick review in the middle of a series. We wanted to at the beginning, but then I was really busy this past month and we weren't able to.
What was going on this past month that kept you so busy, Corbin? It makes no sense to me whatsoever.
I know. I was growing corn. That's a funny euphemism. The Mandalorian.
The Mandalorian, Mandalorian, the Mandalorian,
Yes.
the Mandalorian.
Obviously, it came out, I believe we are now on the 4th or 5th.
We just finished up 4. 5 comes this Friday, I do believe. I think there's been 4.
But yes, The Mandalorian came out. If you don't watch it, go start watching it. It's a good series.
Good series.
Very good series.
I have only one problem with it. It's only 30 minutes an episode.
I don't understand. I do and I don't understand why. I think it's just so people, that reason, they want more.
Yeah.
And so Disney's going back to the old school format. And so they're like, we're going to release them weekly. And it's only 30 minutes long, so you're gonna want more. But they also better have more than 8 episodes.
Yeah, well, and the other thing it does is you can, for example, if you do 10 episodes for your season, that's only 30 minutes versus, 300 minutes versus 600 minutes of everything. Particularly the amount of money they're spending on post-production. So they're cutting their costs in half by making it a 30-minute show versus a 60-minute show.
Yeah, maybe they did it as a precaution since it was the first one on the series, maybe?
Maybe.
Because it does seem weird, and everybody I've talked to has that same view. It's like,
it doesn't make sense.
Most shows like this are 45 to an hour long.
Right.
That's the only gripe, and then that's just kind of almost a
little dab will do.
Selfish gripe, because it hasn't ruined it yet.
No, it ends and you're mad.
Yeah,
which is a great thing to have it end and you're just no, because you want it to keep going.
And obviously the internet is crazy about this show,
and they're crazy about one particular character for sure, understandably, because there's just like the last 2 episodes for me weren't as good as the first 2, but just show me.
I don't agree. I think this episode was the best one.
Really?
Yeah.
For episode 3, when it ended, I said Favreau didn't direct this one, and I was right. When the credits came up, it wasn't Favreau. I could feel it. It just didn't have the level of Favreau's directing. That was the main thing for me of the 3rd episode was he wrote it, but I could tell the helmsman wasn't as good as Favreau.
Well, Favreau didn't direct the first one.
Yeah, he did.
I promise you he didn't. It was the same guy who directed this past one. This guy. Favreau wrote all of it. This guy.
You sure about that?
I'm on IMDb currently, Rick.
Okay, so show me the first, that's the first episode?
The Mandalorian.
Chapter 1, Season 1, Episode 1? Oh, I thought Favreau did the first one.
No, he did not.
Did he direct the second one? Because he directed one of them.
Yeah, he's directed a few of them. But unless he hasn't. No, doesn't look like he has directed them yet.
I could have sworn he directed first episode.
That's why I think this one is actually the best one, because it's the exact same director. This past one, exact same director as the first episode.
The first episode is still.
That's my second favorite one. I think this one had enough of the old school Star Wars look, and also the a bunch of great action and suspense in this one. This one was fantastic. in terms of having a 30-minute episode but making it feel like a film.
Yeah,
it's incredible. It's what they're doing right now.
It's incredible. The visual effects. There's nothing that I've seen as a sci-fi TV show that comes close to the visual effects in this show.
The original Star Trek.
Well, will anything ever touch that?
Not the visual effects.
Not the visual effects, my friend. No, it really does feel and look like a Star Wars motion picture you're just seeing in parts. It just really does. And the action sequences are fantastic. The thing that's trending, if you didn't know this, spoiler alert, if you've seen all the Baby Yodas,
you can't be on the internet and not have seen Baby Yoda. Even though we don't know it's actually Yoda.
Right.
But it's a baby.
It's a baby. Whatever Yoda was, it's a baby one of those.
I think there's been like 3 of them too. And like that's what is so mysterious about those creatures is that nobody knows where they're from. Nobody knows where they come from. There's only been like 3.
But I mean, sincerely, there's people tuning in who are only tuning in to see what happens with Baby Yoda. Guarantee it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, they're doing a good job with having an actor who you can't see his face, but they're also expressing you can tell what his emotions are.
That is, for me,
it's incredible.
That's one of the best things about the Star Wars franchise that started from the very beginning is the amount of expressiveness that you get, an emotional connection you get to characters with no face. Droid characters, or like Darth Vader, 3PO, R2-D2, Boba Fett. The moment, like one of the most incredible moments of expressiveness in the Star Wars universe is in Return of the Jedi, when Vader's looking at Luke dying, and then he looks back at the Emperor, and then he looks back at Luke. I don't know how they got you to believe what's going on behind the mask. And they do this in this as well, with Mando.
It's really impressive, and it's played by Pedro Pascal. Like I said, I'm going to try to believe that.
It sure doesn't sound like it.
One, why do you need an actor outside of a voice actor to, like, be him? You could hire literally anybody to walk around it.
Only because of where this is going to go. It'll get to the place. That's such a big deal already for a Mandalorian, for his face to be seen. And that if he is ever seen, he can't be a Mandalorian anymore. He can't put his mask back on. Mm-hmm. I had several points watching it. I was annoying my kids watching this because the moment that lady showed up, the widow, I was like, take your mask off and kiss her. Take your mask off and kiss her. Take your mask off and kiss her. And they're like, Dad, shut up.
Yeah, I would have told you to shut up too.
I know you would.
Because I didn't want that.
I know you wouldn't.
At all.
I did. But I wanted him to go ahead, take off your mask, stay there, end the series. You live
that episode was a little iffy for me. The weakest episodes so far were episode 3 and 4.
3 would be the weakest of the 4.
Yeah, 3 and 4 were the weakest, but then I think this got back to, and it was this director again.
Yeah, but
back to the original of the episode 1, which episode 1, 2, and 5 are my favorites.
100% agree with you. 1, 2, and 5. Those are by far 1 and 2 just flat out blew me away.
Yeah.
Just flat out, I was deeply impressed with how good the show was.
I'm wondering where this is all going to, because like, what are they gonna do? Because obviously, he's gonna have to get intercepted by the Empire, but even though they're not around.
Well, and he's also got the guild that he's a part of not happy with him.
Yeah.
Because he stole one of his bounties.
Yeah.
So he's got the guild after him, and clearly there's a lot of people, not just the guild, after the Yoda baby. Mm-hmm. So what's going to happen there? And he obviously has gotten an emotional attachment to the Yoda baby, which how can you not?
He's an adorable baby.
But did you notice also when he went to Mos Eisley, he landed in what looks like the exact same station that Han's Falcon was in. And the booth that guy was sitting in was where Han shot Greedo.
Well, they were in Tatooine.
Yeah, that's where Mos Eisley is.
Yeah.
You'll never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy.
I knew they were going to do something like that to bring people, like, if you watch the originals, you know those locations.
Yeah.
Like, just by, like, right when it came on, me and my wife were like, that's...
Yeah, I hope, my hope is that we're going to go to the Dagobah system at some point. Mm-hmm. We're going to go to Hoth. We're going to go all over the place to the places that we've seen before.
Yeah. Just with different eyes and stuff like that. It's just gonna be interesting because is somebody gonna come on with him I thought he might have taken either that the babysitter, Yoda's babysitter.
The lady now? Yeah.
I thought he was going to ask her to like stay on and babysit him basically and be his mechanic.
Right.
I thought that's what was going to happen at the end.
Yeah, he should have a Chewbacca. He should have a sidekick partner that could do his mechanic side.
I think Mandalorians work alone though.
I also love little things like when he first did land, she said, "I see you have a lot of carbon scoring on your," which is that, again, if you know the Star Wars universe, what I don't want, I'll go nuts angry. Do not give me one frickin' Jar Jar Binks moment from any creature in this series in any way, shape, or form, please.
You think Disney's dumb?
No, but it would actually kind of be smart just to piss some folks off to throw in a Jar Jar.
No, what they need to do, and I've been waiting for them, is to have like Jar Jar's head on a stick.
That would be phenomenal.
In any film at all.
Just walk by and have a steak with a Jar Jar head on it.
Yeah.
That would be great.
They know fans want that.
Yes.
Like just a little nod, just like, no, we're never gonna allow him, but here's him dead on a steak.
Hey, everybody at Disney, listen to Corbin Miles right now. That would be brilliant.
No, just put it in the background, just for
the adults.
Yes, just for the adults.
Little Easter egg. That would be great.
But also, I'm kind of upset because I'm looking on IMDb and I only see 8 episodes.
Well, it's season 1. That's pretty standard fare for most shows.
Yeah, but not 30-minute episodes.
I know.
It seems insane.
It does. It's nuts.
Because the reason they have less now is because they went to an hour format and they wanted to have less content but all good content.
Yeah, but I gotta be reminded of how long it takes them to do the post-production on this freaking show. I can't even begin to imagine how long it takes them to do the post.
True. But it's already been obviously greenlit for a second season.
Oh yeah, it's probably, I'm sure it already has been greenlit for 3.
Yeah.
We'll hear about the 3rd season next year, but they're already shooting into season 3.
Yeah, and obviously that they had to be kind of conservative because they didn't know how exactly Disney Plus would do, even though I could have told you it was going to do well. But they had to be kind of conservative with their first show, and it's a Star Wars show.
Right.
And they'd had a couple flops in terms of Star Wars in their recent... I mean, The Last Jedi technically wasn't a flop, but it had a lot of people that didn't like it. And then Han Solo was a flop. And so they have to be careful and do this right, and or you risk losing the brand.
And the best thing that I'm 100%, as much as J.J. Abrams is responsible for the Star Wars films being their best when he's at the helm, because that is, when J.J.'s in control, these Star Wars films that have been coming out are the best. John Favreau. John Favreau is fantastic.
But he's writing the whole series.
Yeah, which makes me really, really happy.
But also, you should keep an eye out for the
clearly
this director.
Clearly, because I thought it was Favreau directing.
No,
so my bad.
Dave Filoni.
Dave Filoni, great job then, because I thought it was Favreau.
He apparently did the Star Wars, like the Clone Wars, the animated stuff.
Yeah.
That a lot of people really, really love in terms of the Star Wars. He's done those, and so now he's done a couple of these, and he seems to be a really, really good director. I'm not too familiar outside of I knew he did the first one, and I knew he did this one, and so I like him a lot. And I wonder if they have
and let's talk about the score to the show is great. I want to know if my friend Pedro is doing the main sound.
Does he usually?
He does stuff like that.
No.
What?
This.
Oh, really?
You know who that is?
Yes.
That's the guy who
did
Jojo Rabbit.
Jojo Rabbit and Ragnarok.
Thor Ragnarok. And he's from What We Do in the Shadows.
Wow.
And he's directing the last episode of the season.
Freaking awesome.
That's going to be fantastic. How long is it? Let me see. Oh, they haven't announced yet. But yeah, anyway. That was great. So once the new episodes come out, we're going to start reviewing each of them.
Yeah.
Hopefully on the day, if not like a day after or something like that, we'll review them.
Yep.
But go watch the show.
It's a great show.